Hey, good afternoon, evening, or morning, depending on where you live and you're actually watching this. I took some wire and stuff that I had stashed up just to see what it would get, and wasn't too bad. Wasn't too bad. Um, uh, Now I had stripped a bunch of transformers, and but I had stripped a bunch of transformers. Um, this new yard that I've been using for my higher price stuff, he treats me pretty good. Um, I had probably a little over half a bucket, probably 5/8 of a bucket of stripped transformers and motors. And well, he come in at number two copper, but he put it under tubing, and it paid $3.09 a pound. I had 10 pounds for $30.90. Wasn't too bad. I had power wire that you get out of uh, microwaves and things of that nature, computers, TVs, and stuff. And he paid me number two insulated at $1.10 a pound. It was small stuff. It's probably, I would say, the 35 or 45%. But it paid $1.10. Had 6 pounds of that for $6.60. And then I had power cords, double insulated power cords. Uh, I didn't bother taking the outside sheeting off, stripping it or nothing like that. I just hauled this stuff in basically just to free up some buckets, and because I've got 30 buckets full of stuff, so I just hauled this little bit in to free up some and to put a little green in my pocket. But anyway, the number two power cord was 85 cents a pound. I had 14 pounds of that for 11.90. The other one was 6 pounds at $1.10 a pound for $6.60. Gave me a total of 30 pounds of copper wire and strip copper for $49.40. That was actually the stuff that I stripped night before last and everything, and collected over the last 2 nights. So that I wouldn't say is too bad. Um, like I said, I got more of it, so I'm gonna get out there and get to working on it. But I just wanted to put a little cash in my pocket, um, just to move some product out. I still got a bunch more to do. I tore down a Kenmore dryer, and I got the motor. It was actually a flat motor on the back of it. Um, I got my heart broke. Uh, this thing probably weighed 10 pounds. And when I took my file to it, my heart got broke. It is all aluminum. There's no copper on this thing. And it was probably about an inch and a half thick, but it was like, it was almost like the size of a turkey platter type deal. And I thought, it was going to be a real good score. As heavy as it was, for the size of it, I really believed it was going to pay off good, but it paid off in the aluminum form. I wound up finding a couple of motors that I had, a couple of transformers I had. They were all aluminum. Uh, I was told to go ahead and cut the aluminum out of them and sell it separate. I asked my yard today about that, and the guy told me that if I bring them in there just like they are, he's going to give me 25 cents a pound on them. Well, I've got a transformer that weighs about 10 pounds. So 25 cents a pound, and all I got to do is just truck it to him. I ain't got to spend the time trying to get it off of it and everything. So I think what I'm going to do, because I probably have 100 pounds worth of that stuff. And if I separate it, yeah, I might get a few pennies more. Not too sure. Cast aluminum is 65 cents a pound at this yard. Clean. Dirty is 45. They knock you down 20 cents for having dirty cast aluminum. But some of that stuff, I mean, y'all know, if you're scrapping, y'all know it takes time. And time, even in the hobby world, time is money. If you scrap 5 motors and it takes you 4 hours to do it, and that's just hypothetically, okay? That's hypothetically. But to scrap it right and everything, well, let's say it takes an hour, okay, and you got 5 of them. So you basically 12 minutes a motor per se, but you got to also calculate in the time it took to get that motor out of whatever you're getting it out of. So let's go ahead and kick that in there. What you've tore down 5 units to get 5 motors. You probably have another hour and a half. So now you're at 2.5 hours, and those 5 motors won't pay you $10. Hobbyist, for a living, it doesn't matter. That is not cost efficient. Now you take them same 5 motors and you getting 25 cents a pound, and each one of them motors hypothetically weigh 5 pounds apiece. That's 25 pounds. So now, yeah, you got that hour and a half of getting them, but you're going to make about $7.50 off of them motors, plus all the other stuff you're going to get out of it. So you got to look at it in my world. To me, it's not cost efficient. It's only cost efficient if I get copper motors. Copper motors with aluminum cases is where the money is at. You take a 5-pound motor, the armature probably weighs about 1.5 pounds. You might have 1 pound of cast, and you might have, say a 1/2 pound of crap, and 2 pounds of copper. 2 pounds of copper at number 2 copper at that price right there is $6.18. All right, then you add the cast aluminum, and say it's clean, you're going to get another 50 cents. And And the junk crap that you're going to get off of it, the steel, you might get 7 cents. So you can get it up to $7 a motor. And so if you get it to $7 a motor and you got 5 of them, that's $35 right there. And you got 2.5 hours in it. That's better money. Again, this is all speaking hypothetically. So you gotta value your time. You gotta value your time. You gotta take an item and you gotta see how long it takes you to get everything out of this thing that's gonna pay. Okay? And then once you get it all out, you do the price total and you divide it by how long it took you to do it, and that's where you'll find out if you made any money. You still got to put in the price of going and picking it up. Okay? Your gas. All that's got to go in there. So if you're thinking about doing it as a living, understand you got to have a supply. Okay? You got to have a supply. You got to be able to go somewhere, have a trailer, load up 7, 8, 9, 10, 12 appliances. And then you got to come home and you got to break all that stuff down. All right. Now you can take those 12 appliances and you can take them straight on to the scrap yard and you're going to get 7 cents a pound. And, you might have $156. Might. Or you can take those 12, invest time in it. And I'm going to say, if you did an 8-hour day, you take those 12, you invest 14 hours in it, tearing everything down. And you haul it in. Well, now you're losing all your weight from all your other components in the appliance. So you're losing on that. You're going to lose down below $156. But you're going to gain on the copper, if it's copper. If the motor's copper, you're really going to gain. Your cast aluminum, you're gonna get the boot there. If it's refrigerators, I'm sorry to tell you, refrigerators are just they're just an added accessory. Okay, you mainly want stoves, dryers, wash machines, microwaves. Those are your ACs, window ACs, outside ACs, things of that nature. That is your money makers. Refrigerators, no. Vacuum cleaners, no. Small appliances, blenders, food processors, things of that nature. Those are added bonuses, but they do not have a lot of payday on them. So you want to go after your items that have larger paydays. Your biggest paydays will be on your ACs. Bar none, ACs. If you're doing appliances, ACs is going to be your biggest payday. Next to that would probably be wash machines, dryers, then stoves, then microwaves. And I categorize them just like that, okay? I'd rather pick up a wash machine than a dryer. You ask me why? Wash machine tends to have a lot more copper bearing products, materials. The motor tends to be more copper in a wash machine than a dryer. Um, Dryer, you have a little bit of wire, you have a motor, um, but it's not as much as a wash machine. You can even get some brass off wash machine, quite a bit of it, if it's a good quality wash machine. If it's Chinese junk, you ain't. I'm gonna tell you now, it's gonna be steel coated with maybe a brass. You think you're getting something till you put a magnet to it. But yeah, so yeah, that little bit of stuff I took off. I mean, it wasn't bad. Um, Cleaned up my yard a little bit, got some stuff out of my yard. I'm gonna go and fill them all up again. I'm probably not gonna haul. Well, correction. I'm probably gonna make a shred run Saturday. Um, but as far as a yard material run, I'm probably going to hold on to everything I got. I'm going to go ahead and break it down, get all the wire and stuff like that, break it on down, and get it categorized. Probably after the first of the year, I will haul it in. Um, I'm sitting back watching. Hopefully, copper don't go down no more than it already has. Um, but yeah, I'm gonna hold on to a lot of what I got. Um, I've got a massive amount of cast. Um, I'm debating on sending that out or holding it till after the first year, which I'll probably hold till after the first year. Um, Copper is definitely not going to make no more runs with copper till after the first of the year. Shred, now, like I said, I'll make a shred run this Saturday. Um, may make another one next Saturday. I'm going to try to keep the shred down. I mean, it's really, let's look at it for real. Steel is not going to go up. I mean, if it climbs to 10 cents a pound, I'll be amazed. I don't think it's going to happen. So, y'all be on the lookout and give me a like, sub, comment, share it. Check some of your yards around you. Some of them will let you call them and see what their prices are. But y'all drop in the comment what's your yard paying on different categories. I'm always asking. I did ask about rotors, brake rotors and drums. The guy told me he was very forthcoming with it. He told me that if I have 1,000 pounds, it is $8 a hundred. If I have more than 1,000 pounds, he's gonna give me $9 per hundred. Well, we know the breakdown: 8 cents a pound, 9 cents a pound, right? Right. So it's not a elaborate amount, but I did tell him that it is probably gonna be more than 1,000 pounds because I have about 300 brake rotors and drums to pick up. I also have some other stuff to pick up. I'm making contacts with some more rotors. They've been giving them away. And I asked the guy, I said, would you be willing to sell them to me? And he looked at me and he kind of shrugged his shoulders. He says, well, I've been giving them to this guy for so long. I said, well, look, I says, I'll give you 50 cents a piece for them. Paid directly to you, 50 cents a piece. I said, now, if your guy will step up I said, I'll turn it into a bidding war. I said, because I want your rotors. I said, so I'm bidding 50 cents a rotor, 50 cents a drum. I said, and on your other stuff, your framework stuff, I says, because it's all heavy metal steel and it pays good. But I told him on that stuff that I would literally pay him a nickel a pound. That's for leaf springs, shackles, upper and lower A-frames, steering connecting bars, cross members, uh, things of that nature. That's considered heavy steel. Now y'all say, well, why'd you offer him a nickel a pound? Well, my yard is going to pay me 15 cents a pound. So if I offer him a nickel a pound, I'm going to make 10 cents a pound off of it. And I can keep taking that nickel and putting back to buy more, to buy more, to buy more. And then I'm going to continue to make 10 cents a pound. So everybody's like, oh yeah, well, you take in 2,000 pounds, you make $20. Yeah. But it cost me $5 to get it. Cost me $5 to get it. But on heavy steel, understand this, heavy steel, the price will go up. 10 shred, sheet metal, price ain't going nowhere. Heavy metal steel, it's going to go up. So if I can get it at a nickel a pound, stockpile it, get 4, 5, 6,000 pounds of it, and it goes up from 15 cents a pound to 30 cents a pound, I made 25 cents a pound. So I'm smart if I can get him to accept a nickel a pound, because I can stock it, I can hold it, I can put it back here in my scrap yard and just sit back and hold it until I can get 5, 6, 7, 8, 9,000 pounds. And then I haul it in. So, but my yard right now is offering 15 cents a pound on heavy metal steel, 8 cents a pound on brake rotors. But we're going to negotiate that one. I'm going to get them. I'm going to get them to 10 cents a pound on it. But anyway, y'all have a nice one. Have a good evening. Love your families. Call your parents if you still have them. And if you got a wife, girlfriend, or somebody you even care about, that you truly care about, tell them you love them. Tell them you love them. See y'all.